So we're here just passing some dairies. There's some unprocessed milk right there for y'all. A lot of dairies out in this area, along with farming and stuff, but that's what a whole pile of milk cows look like. Those brown ones are how we get chocolate milk, you know. Today is Sunday, what is it, the 6th. We're running from Boise down to Salt Lake. Then we got 2 or 3 stops at Salt Lake and turn around and come back to Boise tomorrow. Looking like should be done tonight around between 9 and 11 o'clock. Been a lot of snow in Salt Lake area last couple days, but that's supposed to clear up for the most part today. You can see the water on the windshield. I just ran through a couple little snow flurries. Looks like there's some pretty dark clouds and some storm activity to the south there. Got a few things done. Look, it's got lights and everything on it. And I watched a quick video last night and think I got the calibration and SWR set, and it really came out pretty good if I did everything right. So there hasn't been any activity on it, but we'll find out. I still have an external speaker coming for it. Not sure where I'm gonna make that land at, but the CB is in, the mic is hung up, it's out of the way. I kind of like it. Pretty much just have it for, you know, bad weather, whatnot. Get a little early warning. It's one of the tools that used to be used a lot that isn't anymore in trucking, and it probably should be. Shouldn't be, you know, 100-car pileups and stuff like that. People had their CB and had it on. A lot of the big wrecks would be avoided, I think. But anyway, yeah, I got that in. Got 8 new drive tires on Friday. Traded in my 24.5 wheels for 22.5 wheels. Got 8 drives. If you're not with a big fleet and want to get some tire discounts, Truckers B2B was pretty amazing for me. 8 11R 22.5 Yokohama drive tires for pretty close to $2,000 off the retail price, so I was really happy about that. They made me a really good trade for my 24.5s. I got 22.5s. They ended up costing me $25 a piece. Then I went ahead and bought 22.5s for the front, so I got 2 extra now. So when my steers are ready, I will have the wheels that match all my drives. I had them cross cross-rotate my steer tires. So they were worn down. I think I might have a tie rod getting loose. Got just a little bit of feathering starting. And I got looking at them, and there's like a directional arrow on the side of the tread, like directional car tires usually have. And I was like, really? They make the steers directional, but the tread isn't, you know, asymmetrical or really directional. Looking at it, so I asked him, I was like, so are those, you know, seriously directional? And he's, you know, commercial tire there said, yeah, but that really only matters in about the first 25% of tread. After that, you know, it's all good. So I went ahead and had them cross-rotated, so they're rotating the other way. You know, I don't know if it's the new drives or that I've got these steers rotating the wrong way. Probably a combination of both, but this truck is pretty squirrely. I think it's got to just kind of get used to things the way they are now. I mean, I can see how that much more tread can be a little bit loose in the back end. But I don't know if that's most of it or just some of it. You know, with these steers now going the other way, they had a little bit of a wear pattern starting in them, and that can make them kind of act a little bit weird until we get them, you know, knocked down a little bit, I think. So I got a couple more things. I should have done an unboxing and installation video on this new screen that I have right down there. That's the Tire Minder i10 TPMS, which is tire pressure monitoring system. When I got my new tires on Friday, I installed that. So we have, at a quick glance, I can tell how much air is in all my tires on the truck. Very handy. Cost was, I think I paid $4.40 for it. So basically, if it saves me from blowing out one tire, that's paid for itself. If it saves me one service call and keeps me from blowing out a tire, it's more than paid for itself. So it does pressure and temperature. I've just got it on pressure, but it has alarms for each of those. So far I just got it to where it reads the pressures. I did not dig into the manual far enough to set the thresholds on all the if I want to customize the pressures and the temperature, but it has some defaults that will make the alarms go off if either pressure or temperature go too high or too low, I guess, on pressure. I think it has a high pressure too. And also today I've been working on repositioning my I guess they still call them dash cams, but none of them are on the dash, so whatever. Up there you can still see some of the adhesive that I need to scrape off the window. And that's where my Keep Trucking camera was. And Keep Trucking doesn't have an option for forward facing only, so I took some of the adhesive and put it over the driver facing camera, because I don't, even though it's my company, I don't think we need that. I'm not going to do that to my drivers, and I'm not going to do it to me either. But the camera I moved down and to the right so it would be in the path of the windshield wiper. As I noticed pulling the video for that runaway truck the other week, that my other camera, and this is a Rexing V1 Classic that I have down here, behind the Garmin. It wouldn't even record because it had a bunch of water spots in front of it and couldn't focus on anything. So I put that one down there just above the driver's side wiper, and I put this one over here at the top of the stroke of the passenger side wiper so that we can have clearer window to view through for the cameras. More of the time, the ends tend to get iced up when it's snowing heavy, so it'll still block it when that happens. But hopefully by next winter I will have added heated windshield wipers. I think that'll be a good thing. The two big storms that I drove through, I had a hard time seeing. There's about 200 miles of blizzard I went through 2 days after Christmas 2021, and I stopped up ahead here in Burley at I think it's a Love's there, and bought some 16-inch wiper blades. These 20-inch ones, I was thinking, because they were so far out from maybe where the defroster vent was, that they would ice up quicker. So I got some 16-inch and put the little short ones on there, or on the driver's side. I didn't put it on both sides, but put it on the driver's side, just hoping that it would not ice up as much or as quickly, and it kind of worked. It did take longer for it to ice up, but it still did ice up. And then you got to do that, slow down, reach around, and flick the wiper when it's at the top over here by the driver's side door. Knock some of the ice off. Real pain, but it kept me going. So that was, not my biggest concern driving through that mess that night. And then there's one other storm also in this area. Seemed to hit them over here by Twin Falls quite a bit, but I had to flick some ice off because it just starts out on the end and it just builds up and works its way down until most of the wiper is iced up. It's just like looking through frosted glass. It's not good at all. But anyway, I've got hopefully good locations on my cameras now that will have a little better picture. Yeah, I was kind of bummed out that Rexing didn't pick up that runaway truck. I think where it was positioned would have done better than the other two cameras I had on it, but that's the way it goes. This is the Traveler's Oasis Garden of Eden truck stop, exit 182. It's was it Ambest, I think? So an independent. They participate in the mud flap, and they are they're building an entirely new building behind the existing building. You can see there they've got walls and a roof on it now, and then they're going to get that opened up and tear down the existing building, from what I understand. But I like that truck stop. The restaurant's pretty good. If you watch Clutch Trucker, he stopped and got some fudge here, and it definitely approves of the fudge. So now that I've messed around with the Garmin, that suction cup for its mount is falling off. I'll have to mess with that later. Just cruising along past into Utah a minute ago, and we are coming up on Snowville, Utah, which isn't much more than a little truck stop, a few other buildings, but my friend Ron's coming the other direction, ought to be anywhere right in here. May have already passed me, I'm not sure. But I was just curious, thought I'd switch over, check the temperature on my tires. That's a little, or actually a lot colder than I thought they'd be running. I mean, it is 32 degrees outside, but still. Figured they would build a little more heat than that. I don't have a heavy load or anything, but I just assumed they'd be somewhere between 60 and 70, I guess. But I did notice that the right side inner tires, they're warmer than all the rest, noticeably, and both inners. And I'm like, what? Oh, wait a minute, I know why. So it's because I have what they call a weed burner exhaust, which is, it dumps down on the passenger side or the right side and just dumps straight down. I was like, oh yeah, well, yeah, that'll warm it up. Is that a Dodge? No. That's a Chevy. I'm looking for a white Dodge with a camper shell coming this way, so I can say hi to Ron. But yeah, I was like, how come the right side's warmer than the left? Because I guess if you just have one or a pair of tires get considerably warmer than the others, you could have brake dragging or wheel bearing going out or something like that, and creating a lot of heat in that area, which that will pick up also. But yeah, the exhaust that dumps down towards the ground just in front of that side, that makes sense that those are a little bit warmer. Let's see if we can find a white Dodge. There they go. Found a white Dodge. They didn't wave at me. Alright, coming into the Wasatch Front. Getting close to Honeyville and Brigham City. This is $429 at Maverick up ahead here. That's a pretty good price. Strange that I just said $429 is probably a pretty good price. It's an obscene price. But let's see, Love's is $499 on card price, $494 cash price. So comparatively, yes, $429 at Maverick is good. Maverick does not use biodiesel either, so that's another plus. I don't know what Love's has, so it's probably not either. But there's Sap Brothers is on Mud Flap, and they have 20% biodiesel. So we'll have to see what their discount is. There was a time last year they had like a 99-cent discount though, so I would consider that worth it to put in B20 biodiesel to save $1 for what everybody else is doing. But that's not likely to happen anymore. Noticed out in the west here that most of the mud flap discounts have gone down to between 5 and 10 cents or something. I haven't looked in a while. With Maverick, if you tie your what they call a nitro card to off of I-15 South. We're now in American Fork. Now, this is one of the screwiest ways to get into a place. That I've come across. And Amazon has some pretty bad navigation, but this one is the worst so far. Okay, pull up to a T intersection. That's fine. You gotta take a right. Simple enough. And there's train tracks. And this is a divided road. It says no train horn. It's a divided road. No left turn, no U-turn. But the place I need to go, and there's a left turn lane. The place I need to go, I just passed the entrance. And really, I didn't figure I'd be back here very often, so I didn't check where that car's coming from to see how easy it is to get over there and back. So the sign says here, all trucks make a U-turn. So I came in here and I was like, what? But then they've got all this construction fencing up on the left, so there's not room, and there's construction stuff. Looks like salt for the parking lot on the right. And there's all these vans. But yeah. That's close. There's enough room there, but that was over 90 degrees. I did not remodel my fairing, so that's good. Customer pickup, U-turn. Well, probably can't see it, but customer pickup, U-turn. Visitors and associates come in. Delivery vans and all trucks. U-turn. Hello. There is not enough room to flip a truck with a 53-foot trailer around in this joint. Looks like they're erecting a whole bank of electric vehicle charging points. Assuming they're switching over to an electric vehicle fleet in the near future. So yeah, the first time I came here, this guy got ahead of me and he turned into this entrance, but it is beehive clothing, and I followed him. I thought he knew where he was going. He did not, so we both had to back out onto the street, come into this entrance. Yeah, the joys of Amazon sometimes. Figuring out where to go. some of the places they put these facilities are in. The one on Schneer Road in Portland is in an old part of town. Navigation takes you just an awful way to get there. Well, getting there wasn't so bad. Getting out was awful. Took me to this right turn at this intersection with narrow lanes. I took the left turn lane, swung out and took the oncoming left turn lane, and still just about clipped the light pole on my way out. I have since found a different way into and out of that one. I don't use that Amazon's navigation anymore. But we are here. I'm going to look before I go check in, see if there's anywhere that I could probably park over by the next place. I'm supposed to pick up an empty and take it over to West Jordan from American Fork here. But I know I can go stay at the Walmart that's right over here near where I'm at. So we're going to check this out and see if I can find a place to go park over by the West Jordan area. All right, here we go. We are back in Idaho. We're northbound on an east-west interstate. Yeah, whatever. Figure that out. So technically, we're westbound on I-84. Cruising along. Actually got about 25,000 pounds back in the box, which is unusual for Amazon, but I'm hauling a load of carts back up to Boise, so they have all your packages in these rolling carts, and they wheel the carts around the warehouses and distribute them out to the sort centers, and the sort centers put them in the little vans that come to your door. But so the sort centers end up with all the empty carts. They put them in trailers and send them back to the bigger distribution centers. So that's what we're hauling back to Nampa today. I'm having issues with adhesives today. Nothing is sticking. So remember, I repositioned two of my cameras. I put one up there, and I put one down here, and it went behind the Garmin. Well, they both fell off. The adhesive didn't stick, and then the suction cup for the Garmin mount has fallen off also, and the metal plate for this phone has fallen off about 4 times. I need to figure out another adhesive to try. So the last time it fell off, I put that E6000. That's kind of a craft adhesive. You get it in the craft section anyway, but it's been really good. I've used it on a lot of different stuff, and it felt like it was on there really good. I think the heat affects it. Was pointed into the sun, and that's when all this stuff fell off. It got warm and fell down. I've got some of that alien tape. That might do it. It's supposed to be pretty solid stuff. I know a lot of stuff from 3M. The 3M double-sided stuff sticks really well. I think that's what was on those mounts originally that was hard to get off. Out here chasing the sun. of the many cool things about being out here trucking on across the highways and byways. You get to see stuff like this all the time. Look at that, majestic. And hey, there goes Darling. I used to work for a contractor that hauled loads for them. And before too long, I might be a contractor that's hauling loads for them. Look at that, sunset over Audi. Yeah, you get views like this, just makes me contemplate how blessed I am to have the freedom to be out here. Freedom to be a citizen of this country. There's gratitude for the people that have made it possible. And eternally grateful to the Lord for putting me where and when I am. Give me all the blessings that I have.